Hi, it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and I am back for another tutorial video. I am still playing around with editing and formatting, so let me know down below, do you guys like seeing my face at the beginning and end of the videos, or do you prefer this quick and easy format? Let me know and I will respond to your comments accordingly below. Let's get into the video. I have tried many gold luster dusts over my time as a decorator, and I have to say Truly Madly Plastics has nailed the formula. Add a bunch of vodka to the luster dust, and then you're going to splatter it on directly to your macaron. So simple. If you're doing many macarons at once, what I suggest is you put them on a baking tray and then put them in your sink and then splatter there. I wanted to include another super easy way to decorate your macarons, and what I did here was I dipped this brush in a little bit of luster dust, not too much because I want those brush strokes to really show. It gives it more of a modern flair. My wonderful baking bestie gifted me this palette, and I'm using it for the very first time. And all you need to do is you need to put a couple drops of water into the paint palette itself, and then it activates it and turns the whole pot into paint. Now that it's officially spring, I thought we would make a beautiful cherry blossom macaron. This one is a little bit trickier to do than the last two I've shown you, but still really simple. The key to nailing this is having a really thin brush so that you can create these branches. And when you're making branches, you always want to make sure that you're splitting one branch into two and then building off of that. I chose to do something a little bit more abstract with these cherry blossoms, so I'm just dotting it with some of the pink color from that palette that I showed you previously. What's great is this edible paint is drying so fast, so I don't need to wait in between layers to add more. I can just keep going with my creation. You don't have to do this next step, but I thought a little bit of white edible food coloring added to this looked really nice and it made it pop, and it also plays into that whole abstract feel that I'm going for. Here we're getting into our novice level design, and what I've done here is I've piped a petal shape onto the macaron, and I've used a fairly thick royal icing, but you don't want to go too thick that it's dry. It does need to be a little bit viscous still in order to brush this properly. And when you are brushing the royal icing, what you're doing is you're wetting the paintbrush and then you're drying it off on a paper towel so that it's not super wet. If it's too wet when you're brushing, you're just gonna end up with a gloppy mess. You still want to have that piping show. What I like to do as well is after it's dried a little bit, I can go back to those petals and rebrush with that dry brush just to give it a little bit more definition. I am adding more petals and more layers, which makes your flower look a little bit more realistic and lacy. Even though this is not the most difficult decorating technique that I'm going to be showing you in this video, it is definitely my favorite. I just love how it looks. I think it looks so beautiful and so classy. And for the final and most challenging design, we are going to be doing a henna inspired look. And the reason that this one is the most challenging is because we are piping lines and we are not able to use our paintbrush to hide any of the mistakes or to finesse any of the details. Everything is just left right there, and it is really tricky to scrape off the royal icing and not have it show. So basically you can't cover up your mistakes like you would be able to with a sugar cookie. So that's why this one is the most challenging, but also really pretty. As I was going along, I thought it would look really pretty to brush out these dots a bit with a really thin brush. That's the way decorating goes sometimes. You just look at your design and see what it needs. I have a giant cabinet full of sprinkles, and I thought that these blue pearls were absolutely perfect. Just be sure to add them when your icing is still wet, or else they will roll away on you. So there you have it, friends, our beautifully decorated macarons. These will keep really well in the refrigerator for 7 days if you leave them covered. I would suggest that you do not freeze these macarons because some of your icing details may go a little bit wonky when you take them out of the freezer. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Hit that notification bell so you can see as soon as I upload, which right now is at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye!